following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father. I'll be back.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's a trap! The needs of the many outweigh
the needs of the few.
for the one.
Do. Or do not.
Do not. There is no try.
Live long.
Live long and prosper. Oh
Get
yeah.
away from her, you bitch!
What?
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
You didn't, Doc.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it
Have
away.
fun stuff in the castle.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that!
Please stop it.
I see dead people.
So what?
You said that. Why so serious?
So serious.
I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
Up to you.
You volunteer?
Chewie,
Oh yes.
we're home.
We're home.
I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me.
Are you one with
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Are you one with the Force? Is the Force with you? Or are you
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Yes. Are you one with the Force? Is the Force with you? Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Walker, and next to me is the trusty sidekick.
Captain Rickster or Trickster, or accommodate for dinner.
Yeah, at least don't call him late for dinner. Yes,
That's
Captain Trickster there. I hope you guys are enjoying our new opening. That's we're finally getting it together, guys, which is great. So hopefully you guys are enjoying our new opening that we edited. This is like the second week we've premiered it. I think everybody likes it so far, so that's always a good sign. But today we're gonna review the latest episode of Silo, which is on Apple Plus. We're also going to talk about the Disney movie called Crater. It is kind of a family sci-fi movie, but family oriented. It's about a group of teenagers that one of them is going to go off and to this colony, and their last couple days they're there. They decide to steal one of those moon rovers or whatever. And so we're going to talk about the Disney Plus movie Crater, and we're going to give that our official review of that. It was only on Disney Plus. But how are you this week, Captain Rickster?
I am doing good. And how about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a good couple weeks at the window business. Today I'm wearing my Willow shirt, so shout out to all the Willow fans out there.
Yeah, I got my Captain America shirt on.
Yeah, nice. And also, so we got those two to do, and we're also the unboxing this week is here. Here it is. It's from Star Wars Battlefront 2. It is number 6 in the gaming greats. It's a Jet Trooper. So we're going to go ahead and do the Jet Trooper this week on this week's unboxing. Yeah, so exciting stuff still coming up in the next few weeks. What do we got coming out next month? Oh, Fast 10. Even though it's not sci-fi, Fast 10 is come out this week. And
coming out this weekend. It already came out Friday. Got some good money already.
I know you want to see it tomorrow.
Oh, heavens, yes. I already got my reserved seat.
At 9:30 in the morning, Captain Rickster is going to go on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
By himself, because nobody's going to go on a Sunday.
That's true.
But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. They go out and see Fast 10, even though it's not really sci-fi. Although one of they went into outer space on one of them, I think,
Yeah,
right? Which
yeah.
is kind of interesting.
That is 8, I believe.
Was it 8?
I
Okay.
think so.
Yeah. And my long lost, I think he's like far back, and we're barely related, but my very distant cousin Paul Walker, who passed away, was in those Fast and Furious movies.
Well,
So,
his daughter is going to be in making a
that's
cameo
what I
appearance,
heard.
making
I
a
heard.
cameo
I heard
appearance
Meadow
in
is
it,
going to
yeah.
be in them. Yeah, that's great. Good for her.
Mhm.
Anyway, let's see what. So next month we got what do we have? We have
Indiana Jones coming out
Indiana
next month.
Jones, Dial of Destiny,
We got Transformers
Transformers,
coming out.
Rise of the whatever.
Yep.
And we also have the Star Trek Strange New Worlds
Yep.
coming out June 15th. So
Mhm.
we're going to keep this train going. We got lots of stuff coming out. I'm so surprised we're reviewing Crater. We weren't going to review it, and we saw it, and then we watched it and said, let's go ahead and give that a review,
Yeah,
too,
it was
because that's a
actually-
sci-fi
it
show.
was really good, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's get started. What do you want to do?
Well, we're talking about Crater. Let's do Crater right now.
You want to do Crater first?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Get back my screen here. I hope I didn't lose you guys. Okay. My screen disappeared on my laptop. All right. Let's start with Crater. As you know, at All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend you stream it or go see it at the movie theater. This is on Disney Plus. It's called Crater. The official All for Sci-Fi rating is 4.35 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm going to give it a little better. I'm going to give it a 4.45.
Okay.
I enjoy it.
I almost was going to give it a 4.5, but I was. It's not quite that. It's close.
There. It's close, but it's not. But it's great for family entertainment.
Family, yes. Anybody has children. Hey, we're all like kids at heart, so
Yes.
I enjoyed it. But for all of you, All for Sci-Fi people out there that have children and family, definitely have them watch it.
Oh
'cause
yes, most definitely.
It's a great. It kind of surprised me. I was impressed. I've not heard of these producers and directors, but I'm glad that Disney Plus gave them a shot, and they got a great movie. The special effects are good.
Oh yes.
The music's fairly good as well. The editing's good. The acting's good. Overall, pretty good.
It had a great storyline in it too. It kept you moving along. There wasn't too many peaks in the thing, but it's actually pretty good.
It kind of reminded me. Remember when Disney used to have the Saturday not Saturday, but Saturday night specials.
Oh yeah.
The World of Disney, whatever. They would have a different. And I did one of those. I did a movie called Little Spies with Mickey Rooney, and it was kind of like that when they used to do their weekly shows.
Right.
That came out. It was either Saturday or Sunday. The Wonderful World of Disney shows. It kind of
I think
reminds
that
you of
was
one
on
of those.
I think that was on Sunday.
I think it was on Sunday, yeah, too. But back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, they had those shows every week.
Oh yes.
Disney would do movies. Not, there were feature-length movies, but for television. Movies for television. Just like, the George Lucas movies I did as well, but the Little Spies was a movie with Mickey Rooney they did. And it kind of reminded me of those back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
And maybe that's what Disney's going to do rather than have them, and maybe they'll air that on Sunday night on ABC.
You never know.
You never know. They might have. I didn't look, but now it's on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, this Crater is about. It's like in the future, and they're doing these mines.
So they're on the moon.
They're on the moon
doing the mines.
And they're mining. The mines are helping them get fuel to go to Omega, which is some other distant planet that they found, which is like Earth.
Yep,
it's like a sister planet. It's like would be the sister planet, or just like Earth. And originally they were gonna colonize in the moon and do something. But because it might have been, they never explained why. It might have been population boom. Who knows? But the people are supposed to work their debt off, and then they get a shot to go to Omega at this new colony. And they keep tricking. They find out that they keep tricking the miners and trying to put off. If your parent didn't work off all the hours, you have to work their hours and your hours to get a trip. And people were dying, and they never worked off their time, so they never went. And one of the kids' father figured out that he didn't want to put that on his son, but there's a clause: if they die, if while they're doing it, your children automatically get a free pass to Omega.
Right.
So he figured out his father committed suicide, so to speak, or had himself get killed so that his son wouldn't have to work off his debt and still try to go. It's like
it's kind of bizarre,
the futuristic version of bureaucracy. You know, it's being slave labor type of thing. But and they made changes. That his group later, when they at the end when they. And basically, because they know it's his last couple days there, they decide to steal this moon rover and go to this crater, where it showed where his his dad wanted to take him to, because it's a spot where him and his mother went to. And it had this really kind of like a hollow deck. It showed what Earth was like, and he left his mom's ashes there and a picture of them together. So he just happened to have his dad's ashes, and he left it there. It was like, everything happened for a reason, and then you think they're being rescued because they're getting ready to run out of air, and then he wakes up and he's already had the journey there. And it takes like 75 years to get so far away, and they have to put you asleep
for 75
so you're
years.
in cryo sleep, so you never age, you never get older. Sometimes I wish I could go to sleep and wake up 100 years from now to see what's happening with the world. But then again, everybody would be gone. But his friends were sending him messages through the year, so he got to understand how their life wasn't. I'm glad they didn't end it with him saying goodbye or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they told what happened to him, what happened to the family, and everything like that. And it's cleverly written, because during the girl was talking about how she was a new girl from Earth, and she was talking about how the mother took off with her brother because instead of divorcing the father, he had to get away, so she took off with her little brother, and then later he meets her little brother, and her little brother's little still, even though, and so is he, even though it's 75 years later.
Yeah, still 10 years old.
Still 10 years old, and then he's whatever age he is, he's a teenager, but he's got all these messages that he could give to the brother, his sister having children and getting married and
grandkids and all that.
It was neat. It was a neat little story. Like I said, well written. Surprised to me. So there you go. That's the rating for.
Well, I like what you talked about Earth too, when she was down there. That there was millions of people down there, and they killed each other off, and then 20 years later they did the same thing all over again.
Yeah, we just don't learn, do we? There's speaking of that, I was telling Captain Rickster about this, and we'll do the unboxing, and then we'll do the review of Silo. But I was telling Captain Rickster about there's an AI movie out there. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's a short film. It's only 10 minutes long, but it was made by AI, artificial intelligence.
Right.
And it's kind of like how the world would react if aliens, like invaded our planet. So in this 10-minute short film, these aliens showed up, and their ships look like pyramids, and everybody's trying to contact them. The Russians, us, and in the movie they have Joe Biden, Putin, and the AI is recreating their voices, so it sounds like Putin, it sounds like Joe Biden, it sounds like everybody, all those actors, not actors, but they're actors in the movie, but real people. So at the end, in the AI is just listening. That the AI is not even letting them make contact. So at one point, of course, Putin and the Chinese and a couple other people decide they're going to try to make contact before the Americans can. And then Biden warns them, don't do that. We need to, for security reasons, we need to try to figure out their language first and then contact them. And then the Americans go up there to try to blockade them. And then the Russians shoot them down. And then that starts the nuclear war. And then we kind of destroy ourselves. And then finally, after we did that, the aliens say, we've been just sitting here. They're broadcasting this message. We've been sitting here listening to you, trying to see if we're the guardians of the whole universe, and we were coming here because we received your message of hope about what a great species you would be. And they're talking about back in the 70s, they had that Pioneer spacecraft where they sent a message into space, and it had all the different languages from the people of Earth. They were returning that message, and they were going to let them be involved. And they go, we thought you were enlightened. We see you haven't involved. We see you're terrible, and You're mean, demean. You're not ready for us to let you in. So we're just going to also, since you just killed yourselves and killed billions of people, we're going to go ahead and destroy we're going to reset the planet Earth. And they reset the whole planet. And they say, hopefully the next generation that evolves is more enlightened than you.
Yes, really.
Humans. It's like, whoa. And this whole 10-minute short's made by AI, and it was pretty cool. So try to find it out there. It's kind of a cool little thing. That one gets 5 stars.
Right,
Let's go ahead and rate
yes.
it. All right, let's do this unboxing. It's from Star Wars Battlefront 2. It is the from Gaming Greats, number 6. It's the Jet Trooper. I like these Gaming Greats. They're pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. It's got a jetpack. He's got a little gun there. Blue's my favorite color. What's your favorite color, Captain Rickster?
Blue.
You're copycat.
No. I blue long.
You're older than me, right?
That's
Longer than where I was
right.
born. I'm copying you.
It's right. 15 years later.
You paused though, so I was trying to figure out if you're trying to figure out what your color was, like you forgot.
Heavens,
If
no.
you ask me what my favorite color is, I'm gonna say blue, like instantly. I'm not gonna think about it. Focus. It doesn't want to focus. I like it. I like the different blue, the different highlights of blue. Oh, wow. That articulation is awesome. One of the best I've ever seen. Of course, the legs, they're always are a little bit more difficult and stiff. Nice. I mean, just all of it's just beautiful. The blue accents everywhere. He's got a jetpack here, so you can put the jetpack right there in the back where it goes. He's got a little gun here. He doesn't have a lot of accessories. He's got this little gun. And there's no holster for the gun. He's got a belt here, but there's no holster for the gun. So, don't like that. I never like it when they have an accessory like this and then they don't provide a way, because you're going to lose it. Where's it going to go? And then it becomes less valuable, right? If you lose the gun that came with it, but there's no place to put it. Okay. As you know, at All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars, just like the movies, right? The official All for Sci-Fi rating of the Battlefront 2 Jet Trooper, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I like it. I would have given it more, but I took a little bit off because not too many accessories. What do you think, Captain Rickster? The articulation is really great, though.
Mm-hmm.
No one's saying hello today. Did you guys not know we're here today? Or are you all out doing something? Probably out
doing
traveling,
something.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's summer.
Summertime, but it's not the 3-day weekend yet.
No, it's not. Oh, it stands up really great. You could even see it there.
Yeah. If I put it there so you can see it. There you go.
Looks good right there next to Captain Rickster. Cool. I give it what I give it?
4.5.
4.5. What do you give it?
I'm gonna give it the same thing, 4.5.
Yeah, it's good.
It's nice.
Nice little.
It's not a 5, but it's good.
It's not. I mean, it is similar to the other one we did the week before was this one, and they're both very similar. So they're both gonna look nice next to each other. I'll probably one day get a shelf where I could stand up all these or put them together, and they call it troop building.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start troop building with these. I don't know if I'm gonna get that to stand up. You try, Captain Rickster. Anyway, there you have it. 4.5 stars, and Blue Jet Trooper. All right, well, let's talk about Silo. It's going to be a short show this week. We don't have a lot to talk about, but we're coming every week, and we're doing an unboxing, and we have something every week for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Blue Harvest Toys is there.
Oh,
hey,
Blue Harvest.
We were just doing the unboxing of the Blue Jet Trooper from the Battlefront.
Yes.
It's right here next to Captain Rickster. It's we like it. I like the highlights. It's a nice thing. And one of these days I'm going to troop build, since I'm starting to get so many of them like this one. And so and before that we did the review of Crater.
Mm-hmm.
We recommend it. Go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. It's a very good family film. Just like in the old tradition when Disney did the weekly movies of the week on The Wonderful World of Disney. It's like that, but it's a sci-fi movie called Crater on Disney Plus. We just reviewed it, so go watch it. We definitely recommend it.
Oh, yes.
But let's get into Silo because we had this week's episode of Silo, and Silo is on Apple TV. You got to have Apple TV or whatever, Apple Plus TV or whatever they call it, in order to do it. And Apple's doing some really good shows with some big names. They had a couple stuff we were doing a year before or just before COVID. But I guess COVID shut a lot of those down because they haven't been coming back with new stuff on Apple until this show. But Silo, let's give the official rating of this week's episode. As you know, we have at All for Sci-Fi, a rating system is 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. 3 or less, we don't recommend it. This week's episode of Silo, yeah, Ted Lasso is great as well.
Yes, he was.
This week's episode of Silo gets and 4.45 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster? Thing just went out. Come back.
Yes, I'm gonna give it 4.5.
4.5. We're close. Real close on that. Anyway, this week's episode, the stuff's been going in the Silo. It's been going crazy. The mayor was dying at the end of the episode, the last episode, right after she signed a thing making the new girl from way down under, the mechanic. She made her sheriff because the other sheriff said, he thought she would be a good candidate. What's her name? Jessica something, or her name's Juliet.
No, Juliet.
Well, she goes by some other name too. She's called Juliet, but she's called something else. It's strange. Anyway, so this episode starts off with her going up there to become sheriff. She runs in, she finds they call her as she's walking up the Silo, and she goes up there. She's coming up there. She has to hurry because the mayor is dead now. Someone poisoned the mayor. I guess they gave the mayor rat poisoning or something.
What they're saying, yeah.
All right. And the other, deputy who isn't a sheriff, who is her love interest, is very upset. They had plans to spend more time. She was going to retire. He was going to retire. And she was going to get a shop in the streets or whatever, not streets, but Silo,
right,
in the marketplace. And they were just going to enjoy their life. And she had been the mayor for 40 something years. Everybody loved her. So he thinks they're trying to kill him. He's made a lot of enemies as a deputy. So, and Tim Robin plays this IT guy, this mysterious IT guy. They don't say who he is, but I think he's one of the people way above everybody. He's in charge of everything.
Yeah.
And he probably knows all the truth about how it's all fake and they're trying to control everybody, right? I like it when I make my voice sound like this. And I'm just joking.
Please.
Yes, I'm evil. Evil Tim Robbins.
Larissa is very funny.
Anyway, it's a good show.
Very good.
I highly recommend it. Watch it. I'm enjoying it. There's another show we were just watching, which is not related. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called Citadel. Watch that too. That's
another good show.
That's not sci-fi, but watch it as well. It's great.
It's great action in this one.
Okay, so now she becomes friends with this deputy, and she's trying to help. She says, "Let me try to help you figure out who killed the mayor, and then I'll resign and let someone else take my position." She doesn't really want it.
No, not really.
Most of this episode is also they're doing flashbacks with her, so we're finding out what happened to her in her life. And apparently, she wasn't always a mechanic. Someone way under. She was really high up. She came from her father was a doctor, and she was very in an important family. And her little brother and mother died somehow.
Yeah, they didn't explain how that happened.
Well, who knows in a silo like that? They could have got a disease or something like COVID. Who knows?
COVID.
Or whatever the disease is that time. Some could kill you really easy. And then her mother taught her how to do mechanical stuff. So she did not remember her brother and mother because she was so upset about it. She kind of ran away. And then the father let her stay down there because at her wishes, because, she was so upset about the whole thing, wanted to forget everything. She had a traumatic life, but so they're doing flashbacks, and she now gets a uniform. Tim Robbins, the Data guy, who is the mayor pro tem until someone gets elected, who's higher up. Now he swears her in, and that's about it. It's kind of what was the last thing that happened right at the end there? Kind of left a cliffhanger there.
Oh, she found the file
Right.
she was looking for, and also the deputy was getting ready to get shot.
Right. The sheriff hid something in the air conditioning.
Well, the old sheriff did.
The old sheriff did for her to find.
Right.
So there's a lot of intrigue and mysterious stuff going on. Hey, Dante's here. Hey,
Hi,
Dante.
Dante.
Welcome. That's nice. Here's my commercial for Gatorade.
Uh-huh.
So it's a great show. It's intriguing. Watch it. What's your favorite part of this episode?
Not really anything. Well, wait a minute. Take that back. When she confronted her father in the mechanic shop, he asked if she was happy down there. And
okay.
She kind of
when she confronted him and said it's not that she's happy, she's working herself to the bone, but she doesn't want to remember. Yeah, that was a good scene with the father. Yeah, Dante, what you miss? We started off everything. We're almost done with the episode. It's going to be a short podcast this week. We don't have a lot to talk about. We started off talking about Crater, the Disney Plus show on Crater, which is about a group of teens that steal a rover to go look at this crater, and it had a surprisingly great story. It's on Disney Plus. You have children, so it's a safe family movie, Dante. So go on Disney Plus and watch Crater if you haven't already. It's a good movie. It's a movie. It's not a TV series.
Right.
So it entertained the kids for a few hours at least. And then we did the unboxing, which is right here. Captain Rickster, if you look at him, it's the Jet Trooper, right? The blue Jet Trooper. We did that unboxing. And now we're finishing up talking about Silo, this week's episode of Silo. And that's you kind of missed most of it, Dante, but welcome. So is there anything else that you want to say this week or about the episode or anything?
Episode, no, but we do have, we're going to Disneyland again. So Mike, if you're out there somewhere,
it's pretty far in the future, Mike, but we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know. We're going back again.
Other announcements is we're going to Rocket Town Comic Con. No pun intended, since we were talking about Rocket last week on Guardians of the Galaxy. That's going to be the weekend of June 10th and 11th, I believe.
12th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday and Sunday. It's not the Friday, though. So
no,
I don't have my phone with me, so I can't look at the calendar. But it's the weekend that I think it's the 10th and 11th.
Yeah. Something like that.
And that's in Lompoc. So we'll be there at that small Comic-Con in the middle of California. And then, of course, we have Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is coming out June 15th.
Yep.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. We're going to review that on the 30th of June. And then I'm going to be in London for the London Film and Comic Con right after the 4th of July. I think it's the weekend after the 4th of July. I'll be in London. And some exciting stuff we're going to be doing there in London. Even I'm participating in a documentary about Star Wars fandom in the Ewoks. It's going to highlight the Ewoks in particular a lot as well. So that's going to be fun. And what else? That's about it, really. Hey, guys, as we say at All for Sci-Fi, and that's the other thing I want to start doing, Captain Rickster. I want to... thank you, Dante. I try to keep watching Ewoks movies and Mr. Boogity.
Mr. Boogity.
So, yeah, thank you for doing that. We're one of the things Captain Rickster and I are going to start doing more is getting back to Disneyland, not just Disneyland, but parks in general.
Yeah.
Now that we're getting COVID's kind of phasing out of our life, it's still around, but it's phasing out. We have a new channel we're going to be starting. It's called Park Adventures, and we're going to be doing that soon. And that channel is only going to be for us going to parks like Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Universal Studios,
Knott's Berry Farm.
any of the parks.
Just different things like that.
Yeah. So we're going to be starting that soon, and we'll be doing that channel. Also, will be like on a Saturday. We'll be at Disneyland or whatever park on the Saturdays. So it's going to be fun. So we're going to start that up soon. Anything else? Oh, do something nice this week, guys.
yes.
Do something nice. We really feel, and I feel strongly that if someone else witnesses an act of kindness, it kind of inspires them to do something nice to somebody as well. So we encourage you to do that. It'd be just talking to a friend you haven't talked to in 15 years. Maybe they need someone to talk to. And so reach out to someone you haven't spoke to in a while. The force is with us always, as you know.
Yes.
Live long and prosper. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. Yes. And God bless you.
Oh, yes. Well, have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great Sunday. Come back next week. Next week is going to be a 3-day weekend for a lot of people.
Yes.
Enjoy. Don't drink and drive. Be safe.
Take an Uber.
Take an Uber wherever you're
You
going
need
to
to
go
drink.
on that, especially if you drink that weekend. So, but come back safely. That we will be able to have a lot more fun and more content and stuff we have to talk about.
Oh yeah, we all want to make sure everybody's safe out there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a good week, and well, that's pretty much it. Signing off for now. I'm Eric Walker,
And I'm Captain Rickster.
Have a good week, everybody.
You got that right.
The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.